In what has become a recurring nightmare for Nigeria, a crisis of unprecedented scale is unfolding in the nation's north-central region. On Friday, November 21st, armed gunmen abducted more than 303 schoolchildren and 12 teachers from St. Mary's School, a Catholic institution in the Papiri community of Niger State, storming dormitories between 1 and 3 a.m. and seizing students from their beds at gunpoint.
A school security guard was shot during the assault. The initial count of 215 was revised upward to 303 students and 12 teachers after church officials conducted a verification exercise and final census on Saturday. This attack came just 4 days after another mass kidnapping in neighboring Kebbi state, where gunmen attacked a government school in Maga town, abducting 25 schoolgirls and killing the school's vice principal, Hassan Yakubu Makuku. Combined, over 325 students and staff have been kidnapped in just 1 week. President Bola Tinubu has cancelled his scheduled attendance at the G20 summit in South Africa to focus on the crisis, while Defense Minister Alhaji Bello Matawalle has been deployed to coordinate rescue operations. However, the scale and nature of these abductions have become entangled with international political claims that deserve careful examination. Earlier this month, President Donald Trump made explosive statements about Nigeria, claiming that Christians in the country face genocide and threatening military intervention with guns ablazing if the government continues to permit the killing of Christians.
The Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about.
Trump's rhetoric went viral among right-wing and evangelical Christian groups in the United States, with some Republican figures calling for direct U.S. military action. Trump cited religious persecution in Nigeria as evidence of a systematic campaign against Christians, framing the abductions and violence as part of an organized effort to eliminate the Christian population. His statements created an international incident, with the Nigerian government issuing formal responses rejecting the genocide characterization. Republican Representative Riley Moore, citing Trump's talking points, initially claimed the abductions occurred in Christian areas of northern Nigeria, but was later forced to publicly correct this statement after fact-checkers exposed inaccuracies in his representations. Trump's intervention elevated the issue internationally, with his supporters using his statements to justify calls for U.S. military involvement in Nigeria, framing it as a humanitarian intervention to protect persecuted Christians. The evidence presents a more complex picture than Trump's framing suggests. In the Kebbi state attack that Trump cited as evidence of Christian persecution, the 25 abducted students were confirmed by state police and education officials to be Muslim girls attending a government school. This directly contradicts Trump's narrative of systematic Christian targeting in that specific incident. Regarding St. Mary's Catholic School, while it is indeed a Christian institution and therefore represents an attack on a Christian community, the abduction cannot be characterized as part of a broader campaign of religious genocide. The Nigerian government has explicitly stated that Muslims have suffered more casualties from armed group violence than Christians in recent years. Security analysts, including Shehu Sani, a prominent Kaduna-based politician, have stated, while Christians have been targeted in some attacks, the claim of genocide is politically motivated exaggeration. Banditry affects all communities. Underlying these abductions is not religious conflict, but systemic collapse in Nigerian governance, security, and accountability. While Trump's inflammatory rhetoric about Christian genocide and military intervention dominates international headlines, it distracts from the actual issue: failed governance, poverty, corruption, and inadequate security infrastructure. Real solutions require comprehensive governance reform and security sector restructuring, not political grandstanding from foreign leaders.